Ambition, your one-stop destination for learning English, because as you know, I am not only uploading videos of class 11, 12 CBSE English, but I'm also uploading some grammar and vocabulary enhancement videos. So don't forget to subscribe my channel, because this channel will not only help you in class 11th and 12th, but later on when you are opting for some competitive exams, believe me, these videos will help you immensely. Today we are doing the first lesson of Hornbill, the portrait of a lady, written by Khushwant Singh. Now, Khushwant Singh was a very eminent personality. He was not only an author, he was a politician, a diplomat and a lawyer, overall a versatile person. And he became very famous with his novel Train to Pakistan, published in 1956, based on partition of India. And this chapter that we have depicts the love and the bond that he shared with his grandmother. As we can understand from the name, Portrait of a Lady. Portrait का क्या मतलब है? Picture of a person, and lady is his grandmother over here. So he draws basically a pen picture of his grandmother and shares his bond and the love that he had with her. Okay, so let's begin. As the story begins, we see that the author says that his grandmother was an old, very old lady, as generally most of the grandmothers are. And he says कि जहाँ तक उनकी याददाश्त जाती थी, like as far as he could remember, the grandmother was always very, very old. Moreover, on the mantelpiece of the fireplace, what is the mantelpiece? Fireplace के ऊपर जो platform type का होता है उसको mantelpiece बोलते हैं. तो mantelpiece के ऊपर उनके grandfather का भी एक portrait हुआ करता था. And he was no more alive, so his portrait, his picture was hung. He was also a very old man with a turban on his head, a huge long beard on his chest and loose fitting clothes. So he says over here that ऐसा लगता था कि his grandmother and grandfather could only have lots and lots of grandchildren because they looked so and so old. As we move on to the second paragraph, we find that the author gives a physical description of his grandmother. First of all, he says that she was short and she was a little fat, and because she was very old, she had a lot of wrinkles all over her face. Wrinkles, jhuriya hote hain old people ko. So she had a lot of wrinkles. Next, he says that she would hobble in the house. Hobble means a little unstable क्योंकि she was old, and she was a little bent also. Okay, ऐसे झुक जाते हैं ना old age से, so she was a little bent. And in one hand, she would have a rosary. Rosary क्या होता है? एक ऐसे माला जिसपे हम कितना बार भगवान का नाम जाप करते हैं वो गिनते रहते हैं ऐसे. You must have seen also. So she held a rosary in one hand, and with her other hand she would give a balance to herself, as if put it on her waist. And she would always be dressed in perfect spotless white sari, and because of her age she had silver colored, grey colored hair that would be scattered around her face, and constantly she would pray an inaudible prayer. Inaudible means something that is not audible. Okay, her lips would move, but you cannot hear what she is praying. Okay, so this is the description of the grandmother. Now we see a beautiful line and a beautiful comparison which, children, is very, very important for you, for your questions, for your examination. What is it? The author says that the grandmother was not pretty, but she was very, very beautiful. What does it mean? It means that she was not pretty in the traditional definition of the term pretty. Okay, she was not beautiful in that way, but the way she looked very charming and very beautiful. Why? First of all, she was a very religious lady. Number two, she was a very kind-hearted lady. Number three, the way she dressed up in that pure, perfect white sari and white silver locks of hair scattered on her face, she looked very, very beautiful. And there is a beautiful comparison over here on page number 4. First paragraph, the author says that she was like the winter landscape in the mountain. The author has compared his grandmother to the winter landscape in the mountain, an expanse of pure white serenity. Serenity means calmness, peace, breathing peace and contentment. Contentment means happiness. So the author says over here, she looked as if like a mountain or a landscape that is filled with snow. I'm sure all of you have gone to such place or at least seen in the movies or whatever कि ऐसे जगह जहाँ पे it is filled with snow, कहीं पे और कोई कुछ color नहीं है, सिर्फ white ही white, beautiful, isn't it? That also has its own beauty, own charm. It is so, peaceful, and it is so filled with serenity and calmness. So was the grandmother. She radiated peace, happiness, contentment, and calmness in her complete appearance. Okay, so a beautiful description and very important for your question. Now next, the author talks about their relationship and the bond and tells us that how or why they develop such a beautiful and a deep bond of love with each other. Now children, this is regarded as the first phase of their relationship. Please mark 1, the life or the time that they spent in the village together is regarded as the phase 1 of their relationship. I will tell you why and what are the phase 2 and 3 that we will do, because questions come like this only. Okay, now the author says that his parents had shifted to the city from the village to establish themselves, their business or professionally, whatever. Now then, as a result, what happened? He was kept with his grandmother in the village. And he was a small little boy that time. So the grandmother took complete care of him. First of all, she woke him up in the morning. Number 2, she bathed him. नहलाती थी, उसके बाद कपड़े पहनाना and feeding him, giving him roti with butter and sugar for his breakfast before going to school, then giving him the slate. I'm sure all of you know पहले ज़माने में यूज़ होता था slate and chalk. So she would give him the slate and chalk, and constantly she had a habit of praying, sing song in a typical धुन में एक कुछ वो prayer करती थी जो author को बहुत अच्छा लगता था. उसके बाद both of them would go to the school. She would accompany him to the school also. और वो स्कूल जो विलेज का टेम्पल था उसके साथ adjoining था. So, as the author would go to his school and study or learn, the grandmother would go to the temple and pray. And after the school, again both of them would come back home together. And on their way back, the grandmother would feed the dogs with chapatis that she would generally carry with her. So from here we get to see, number 1, the grandmother was a very religious, number 2, generous person, and number 3, as I told you, they were very close to each other क्योंकि गांव में और कोई थे ही नहीं. The grandmother and the grandson, the author, were there, so they were very, very close to each other. Now we come to the second phase of their relationship. और वो क्या था? When the parents of the author got properly settled in the city, they called for the author and his grandmother. So now they shifted to the city. एक बहुत important line है, question के लिए बहुत important है. It is told over here, it is given in bold also if you look at your book, same page number 4. It was a turning point in our relationship. The question comes, what was the turning point and why is it regarded as the turning point in their relationship? Very, very important question. Okay, now let's see why. As they shifted to the city, the author got an admission in an English medium school. And it was far from the house. Generally शहर में सब दूर दूर होते हैं, गांव जैसे नहीं होते कि पैदल चले गए. So he used to go to the school in a motor bus. So first of all, the grandmother could not accompany him to the school. This is the first, you can say, change in their lifestyle. Number 2, the grandmother did not get so many stray dogs to feed, so she started feeding sparrows. Okay, next the author started learning new subjects about science, history, geography, जो शायद गांव के स्कूल में इतना well formulated syllabus में नहीं हुआ करता था. And he came and he would share them with his grandmother. कभी Archimedes principle, कभी gravitational force, he would share. But the grandmother, obviously, she was an old lady, she was not so educated, she did not know all these things, so she could not help the author with his studies anymore, which she used to do in the village. नेक्स्ट उनको ये भी लगता था कि ये कैसी पढ़ाई है, ना इनको कुछ रिलीजियन रिलेटेड पढ़ा रहे है ना कोई रामायण महाभारत उपनिषद पढ़ा रहे. तो उनको थोड़ा सा ऐसा लगता था कि ये सब स्कूल्स में रिलीजियन ओरिएंटेड जैसे स्क्रिप्चर्स टाइप का कुछ पढ़ाना चाहिए, दो विच वॉज नॉट टॉट. सो शी वॉज अ लिटिल अनहैप्पी. Now the next thing that happened, one day the author came and told his grandmother that he was also taught singing. Now the grandmother was very, very upset because she was a little orthodox, a little conservative, मतलब पुराने ख्यालात की थी. तो उनको ये लगता था कि ये जो गाना बजाना है ये अच्छे घरों के बच्चे नहीं करते हैं, या तो बेगर्स करते हैं, या जो प्रोफेशनली जो सिंगिंग डांसिंग ऐसे करते हैं तो उनके लिए सही है, ये हमारे घर के बच्चों को नहीं करना चाहिए. तो she did not agree with that. Okay, now the problem was she understood that her thought process was old. So she did not protest also. She did not say कि ये सब तुम क्यों पढ़ रहे हो, but she did not like it. Okay, she did not agree with this. Now the grandmother did not say anything. With her silence, she indicated her disapproval. And from after this, she spoke very less with the author. She spoke almost rarely with the author. Now we move on to the third phase of their relationship. As the author grew, he took admission in the university and then he was given a separate room of his own. Earlier, he would share the room with the grandmother. Okay, and now the author says that that last bond of their relationship, it seemed, was snapped. But the grandmother took her seclusion with resignation. This is a phrase from your textbook, very important, page 5. It is given in bold. Please remember this, it's very important. It can be a question also, you can use it in your answers also. That she accepted her seclusion with resignation. इसका क्या मतलब है? Seclusion means अलग हो जाना, isolation. Okay, with resignation, with calmness, with dignity. She didn't express any kind of anger कि क्यों ऐसा है. She understood that times have changed. The small little grandson has now grown up to an adult boy who requires privacy. So she withdrew herself and she accepted her isolation, her seclusion with resignation. Now, what did she do? She did three things in the whole day. First of all, she constantly was spinning her spinning wheel, जिसको हम चरखा बोलते हैं, क्योंकि बहुत पुराने ज़माने की कहानी है. This is of the pre-independence time. So she would spin the spinning wheel, and as we know already, she would constantly pray the inaudible prayer. And the third thing that she would do, and that would be the most, entertaining and the best part of the day for her, she would feed the sparrows, and the sparrows would create a veritable bedlam of chirping. It is there in the book, veritable bedlam. Bedlam means confusion of chirping. They would, all hundreds of sparrows would come and sit. Some will sit on her head, some would sit on her shoulders, some would sit on her lap, and they would do the chirruping, and she enjoyed the time she spent with the sparrows. She would feed them with breadcrumbs. Okay, so we have got to know that she was a very generous lady earlier also, and she continued with that pattern of her life. Now, the author decided to go abroad. For 5 years, he decided to go outside India and study. Initially, he thought that the grandmother would be very upset, because in her age it is very difficult to tell. What does it mean? Because she was already very old, and 5 years is a long time. So ऐसा हो सकता है, एक possibility है, that when after 5 years the author would return, the grandmother would no longer be alive. So he thought maybe the grandmother would be very emotional. She would say, तुम क्यों जा रहे हो सकता है हम कभी मिलेंगे नहीं, मत जाओ. But contrary to his expectation, the grandmother was very strong. She didn't say, she didn't cry or didn't become emotional as such. She also went to the station to see the author off, and she kissed him on his forehead. And the author says that I cherished it. He liked that touch of the grandmother, and he cherished it as if that was the last touch of his grandmother. क्योंकि उनको ऐसा लग रहा था कि हो सकता है कि 5 साल बाद जब मैं लौटूंगा तब शायद वो नहीं रहे हमारे साथ. तो that was a very poignant, very emotional moment. And one thing, children, I want all of you to understand over here, which is very important, that though with time, okay, the relationships look to be changed. मैं क्यों बोल रही हूँ, बाहर से ऐसा लगता है कि हमारे रिलेशनशिप पहले जैसा उतना वार्म नहीं है या ऐसे अलग हो गया है. जैसे यहाँ पे भी हुआ, we could see that in the city the relationship changed. When he joined the university, further it seemed that the bond became a little weak, or there was a gap in their relationship. But ऐसा नहीं है. हो सकता है बाहरी तौर पे ऐसा लग रहा है, पर अंदर ही अंदर, deep within, that love, that bond between them was very much the same. It was intact. The grandmother loved the grandson in the same manner, and the grandson also loved his grandmother in the similar manner. Okay, now after 5 years, when the author returned, thankfully and surprisingly, not only was the grandmother alive, she had also gone to the station to pick him up. And she was very calm and composed, जैसे वो हमेशा होती है. She was only praying that inaudible prayer, and she received the grandson very, very happily, but not expressing her happiness much, because she was, as I'm telling you, very calm and composed. That day also, in the afternoon, she did not break her schedule. She fed the sparrows, and those few moments were the most happy hours, or the moments of her in the entire day. But in the evening, her schedule was a little changed. उन्होंने कुछ अजीब काम किया. क्या करा उन्होंने? She called all the ladies from the neighborhood. She took a drum. She started beating the drum, and they started singing songs. What were the songs? The homecoming of warriors. Okay, she sang and sang, she didn't pray, she only sang songs that evening. We can understand that this was her emotional outburst, her happiness. Though she didn't say much, but under she was very happy to see her grandson back after 5 long years. So she did not pray, that she sang songs with the neighboring ladies can be an indication of her happiness and her joy that her grandson was back after 5 years. Now, on the next morning, the grandmother fell sick. She had fever. Doctor was called. The doctor said कि नहीं ऐसा कोई मामूली fever है, वो ठीक हो जाएगा. But the grandmother said that no, I can understand that my death is near, and yesterday I have spent the entire day without praying. I have wasted my time. So today I don't want to speak to anybody. All of you go away. I will spend the last few hours or moments of my life praying to God. So she took that rosary and she started to pray. And the author says that after some time, that rosary dropped from her hand and she passed away very, very peacefully and calmly. Okay, now as the rituals are there, her dead body was brought down and it was covered with a shroud. Shroud is a cover or a cloth with which we cover the dead body. So her shrouded body was kept. Something very amazing or remarkable happened now. All those sparrows that came every day to be fed by the grandmother, they came that afternoon also. They all came, hundreds of sparrows came and they sat in the veranda that day. But they did not make a single noise. They were all calm and quiet. ऐसा लग रहा था कि as if they could feel, okay, that the pious soul, the generous lady who would feed us every day is no more, has passed away. And ऐसा लग रहा था कि they were also mourning. They were paying a tribute, a homage, जैसे श्रद्धांजलि देते हैं ना. So as if they were also paying a tribute or Shraddhanjali to the grandmother. They did not eat anything. The mother of the author gave them some breadcrumbs. They did not eat anything. And as the dead body of the grandmother was taken away, they also flew away without making a single noise. Okay, now with this, the story or the chapter comes to the end. Now, what do we learn from this chapter, children? First of all, as we can understand, it is about the relationship that the grandmother and the author shared. As I told you, though there were a lot of changes in the relationship, there were 3 phases in the relationship, but internally, that bond, that love was intact till the end. Number 2, what we understand is the character of the grandmother. She was a very beautiful lady. She was a pious lady, a religious lady. She was a generous soul. She was a loving lady. Other than that, she was also a very wise lady. मैं ये क्यों बोल रही हूँ? The moment she understood that things are changing, education system is changing and she could not approve of it, she did not create any trouble. She withdrew herself and she secluded herself and she engaged herself in the activities that she wanted to do without disturbing anybody in the family. And the third thing we understand is the love of the author also for his grandmother. Okay, with this we come to the end of the chapter. Now quickly, as I always do, I will do the question answers, and don't forget I have also given you the question along with the answers in the description box, children. For your convenience, you can learn them before your examination. Now let me tell you the important questions. Obviously the first question that we can get is the description of the grandmother, her physical description that I have told you. The second thing is that line that she was not pretty but she was was beautiful. Very important question. Third thing, the author has compared her beauty or the grandmother to an expanse of white, okay, of a white landscape or a mountain filled with snow. Why? Very important question. Then we move on to the 3 phases of their relationship. Very important. What are the phases? How did they change and all that? Now, out of those 3 phases also छोटे छोटे questions आ सकते हैं, जैसे कि what was the turning point in the life of the grandmother or the turning point in their relationship, which I have told you. Why was the grandmother not happy in the city? We can say that she could not accompany the author to the school because he went in a school bus or in a motor bus. Number 2, we can say she could not even help him with his studies because the subjects were different, science and all, she could not do much. Third thing, and the most important thing, was that he was taught singing, which she disapproved completely. And the next thing is, how did she spend her day? 3 things I had told you earlier only. If you scroll back, if you look back in the video, you will get to see. And then how did she behave after the author came back in the evening? What did she do? How did she break her routine? Or what unusual did she do just before her death? The last question, but very important question, the behavior of the sparrows. And what does it indicate? It indicates that even birds or animals can feel, the love of the people who actually love them or express their affection towards them. Okay, so with this we come to the end of the chapter and the end of the video as well. But again, I'm reminding you, please subscribe my channel. It will be very helpful to you for all the days to come in future as well. And like my video and give your comments, because that actually motivates me a lot. Thank you and happy learning.